Welcome to this episode of What's Crap on WhatsApp, the voice note show that investigates the crap shared in your WhatsApp groups. I'm Andisueme from podcasting company Volume.
And I'm Taryn Curry from Africa Check, the continent's leading fact-checking organization. Today we have a health-packed show lined up for you.
Can pap smears damage the cervix or have the potential to cause abnormal cell growth?
Can drinking rosemary, cinnamon, and turmeric tea lower blood sugar?
Can eating a salted apple offer instant headache relief?
And are red jatropha leaves a cure for HIV? Let's find out. So, Andisiwe, our first claim today is from a video of self-described naturopath Barbara O'Neill. She is known for promoting false health information, and Africa Check has debunked some of her dodgy claims before. Let's take a listen.
What's a pap smear? A pap smear is a little scrape or a little nick taken out of the cervix. Let's say a woman has a pap smear. That night she is intimate with her husband. Her immune system's trying to heal that, but in the presence of sperm, what does her immune system have to do? Stand back. Let's say it happens before she goes to sleep that night, and so the immune system can't deal with it even all night. And in the morning, gravity causes the sperm to come away. Let's say she's a very sexually active woman and this is happening 2 nights out of 3. 6 months later, she has another pap smear. They just so happen to take it on the same spot. What's the result? Abnormal cells. What caused the abnormal cells? The first pap smear that was never allowed to heal.
Wow, that is a crazy claim. In another video, she says that pap smears are invasive and cause damage to the cervix. But that can't be true, right?
Right. Let's break this down. A pap smear is a screening process where cells are collected from the cervix, usually to test for cervical cancer.
And cervical cancer develops slowly, right? Starting with abnormal cells in the cervix.
Exactly. If the abnormal cells are not destroyed or removed, they can become cancer cells and start to grow and spread more deeply into the cervix. That's why regular screening is so important, as it can detect those changes early, when it can still be treated effectively.
But pap smears are not just used to screen for cancer, right? It's also to screen directly for HPV or other infections, right?
That's right. Human papillomavirus, or HPV, is a common viral infection. Many aren't dangerous, but some kinds of HPV can lead to cervical cancer.
Okay, but are there any risks from pap smears?
Well, pap smears have become one of the more successful screening procedures in preventing cancer. But like any test, they're not perfect. Because the human eye examines pap smears, there is a possibility of human error when inspecting a large number of cells in each sample.
Those kind of errors could lead to unnecessary follow-up tests, false positive test results, or false negative test results.
But pap smears save lives. They can help catch problems early, long before they turn into cancer.
And an expert in this kind of cancer also told us that both claims were false.
Right. She said that there is evidence that cervical cancers are caused by persistent infection with high-risk strains of HPV, and that pap smears obviously can't cause cancer. The claim is crap. Of course, women should get pap smears.
Up next is a social media post promoting a home remedy for lowering blood sugar. It suggests boiling rosemary, cinnamon, and turmeric in water, then drinking the tea. Sounds like another bogus miracle cure.
You're right. Let's start with the basics. Your body uses a sugar called glucose for energy. But too much of it in the blood, which is called hyperglycemia, can be dangerous.
That's often seen in diabetes, where your body can't produce or properly use insulin, which is the hormone that helps convert sugar into energy.
But hyperglycemia can also affect people who don't have diabetes, which is often caused by a poor diet, medication changes, or hormonal shifts.
For those who don't have diabetes, treatment for hyperglycemia might mean cutting back on sugary or starchy food, exercising, and managing stress. But what about this herbal tea?
So, research on the mix of rosemary, cinnamon, and turmeric is extremely limited. And while these ingredients might have some benefits, they're not a substitute for real medical treatment.
Right. And we know that supplements can interact with medications or have unexpected side effects.
Always check with a doctor before trying anything new, especially if it claims to fix serious health conditions. This one's definitely crap. According to our next claim, cutting an apple in half, sprinkling salt on it, and eating it will provide instant relief from a headache.
We've all had nasty headaches, but could a salty apple really be the magic fix?
Well, there are many different types of headaches, and they each have a different cause and a different treatment. But just like with many other home remedies, there isn't clinical or scientific backing for this claim.
Exactly. But let's break this down. Headaches can be triggered by many things like stress, dehydration, lack of sleep, certain foods, or even bad posture. And there isn't anything mentioned in any treatment guidelines about apples or salt being used for headaches.
Definitely not.
If dehydration caused you headache, eating an apple could possibly help because they're mostly water. But experts say that you'd be better off just drinking water in that situation. And isn't eating too much salt really bad for your health anyways?
Yes, eating lots of salt is actually closely linked with worsening headaches, and it can raise blood pressure and increase the risk of heart and kidney diseases.
Even though headaches are not usually cause for alarm, some headaches can actually be a sign of a medical emergency. If your headache is really sudden and severe, or if it comes along with a fever or a stiff neck, confusion, double vision, weakness, numbness, or difficulty speaking, you should seek immediate medical care.
The claim is crap.
Last on our list is a video claiming that red jatropha leaves can cure HIV.
So apparently, if you have HIV, you should dry red jatropha leaves, crush them into a powder, and make it into a tea.
This sounds like a dangerous one, and there isn't a cure for HIV.
HIV, or human immunodeficiency virus, attacks the body's immune system, specifically the white blood cells, which are there to help the body fight off infections. If left untreated, HIV can develop into AIDS, or acquired immunodeficiency syndrome.
Right. But even though there is no cure for HIV, it can be treated and managed with antiretroviral therapy. If someone is able to access and take these medications consistently, it can suppress the virus, even to the point where it can't be picked up on a test and it is no longer transmissible. But what about red jatropha leaves?
This plant has been studied for its potential health benefits. It seems like some parts of the plant may have therapeutic potential, but this hasn't been studied in humans.
There's also another type of jatropha plant that people say could be helpful, right?
Yes. Some studies have also looked at a different type of jatropha for developing potential future HIV treatments.
But experts warn that because the plant could have some antibiotic and anti-inflammatory properties, it might make someone living with HIV feel better, but only temporarily.
And that has nothing to do with it directly affecting HIV.
Exactly. Always consult a healthcare professional before trying home remedies.
That's all the time we have for today. Now you know what's crap and what's not.
Your friends and family can sign up for our show over WhatsApp. The number is 082-709-3527. Make sure to save us as a contact in your phone and send us a message.
You can find the show wherever you get your podcasts, from Apple to Spotify. If you listen there, you'll find show notes and a link to the fact checks.
Remember that you can send us a WhatsApp message, a picture, video, link, or voice note that you need fact-checked. Just forward them to us on WhatsApp. Our theme song is composed by John Bartman. I'm Andisueme.
And I'm Taryn Corey. Bye for now.
Volume.